Welcome to my channel, welcome to Ming Daily, and this is another week of me working at AstraZeneca. So this is week 7. Crazy, I know. Week 7, which means this day 31 of me working at AstraZeneca. It's really sunny today, so I decided to come out and eat, and I'm worried that I might be busy later on, so I just update on what I've been doing this morning. So I'm gonna eat my lunch while I eat, because this is my lunch time. So I was running HPLC tests, and there was like a brief recall of what the reverse, what do you call it, reverse chromatography, reverse phase. So whether the mobile phase or the stationary phase is polar or non-polar, and then I just suddenly had a quick refresh of the whole process of chromatography, how they separate out API and excipients, and then how they use UV again to detect them. So I guess that would be a good reminder for my interviews. Apart from that, so I also learned a bit more about my project. So when they discovered a variation in one of the batches, it was a bit odd that it could potentially be a manufacturing problem, because the same, you can think of it like the same powder blend was used to fill in 2 different capsules, the different capsule size, so has different fill rates, and one of them was normal but the other one had problems. So either, if it really is a manufacturing problem, it will be the filling process that had the problem, but if not, it would be the analytical method problem, which is HPLC, which again is a bit odd, because the same method was used for the testing of all batches, and why, if the method is wrong, we should see variation in other batches, but somehow only this batch had problem. So it's really a mystery that no one knows why. So in regards of HPLC, I was just thinking, so we were planning on how much diluent, eluent to prepare, and then I just realized, and I do not know why I never thought it before, but the eluent, the volume of the eluent per sample is basically how long the sample runs through the column, time multiplied by the flow rate of the eluent flow, which makes total sense, right? The flow rate is for example 1.5 milliliters per minute, and then if you run it for 4 minutes per sample, it will be 6 milliliters of eluent. But yeah, I don't know why. I was asking the scientist, and then he was like, so we need to get this data from the flow time, the flow rate, and the duration basically. And I was like, oh yes, that's very true. But yeah, be jealous of this weather and place to have lunch. Hello, it's on my way back home again. Hello, this is a sit-in for day 32, because I realized I didn't have a clip for that day. But so far from what I've remembered that day, I was just testing out the standards that I prepared. I was doing HPLC, so I was making up some standards and also having some practice runs. So we ran our first run that day, and that's about it for that day. Quite nothing too serious. And then I also had to start on my presentation plan, so I just throw in all my ideas into the PowerPoint. Hello. If you cannot tell yet, I am very tired, ready to sleep. Today is, wow, I think it's week 7, so day 34. Yesterday we went for a volunteering day, so I wasn't at work, so nothing to talk about yesterday. And today I was basically in the lab for the whole day, like preparing the samples to run HPLC analysis. I was given 60 samples to prepare. I have partially prepared 24, so we still have a long way. I think I'll go in again early tomorrow, and get most of it done. We'll probably run one HPLC analysis tomorrow, but not everything, and then on Monday we'll run the rest. So right now it's 60 samples, but I'm expecting maybe 80. So 80. Interesting. I think we can definitely run 40 samples tomorrow. That's definitely doable. 40 samples, maybe 20 ready for... Interesting. Well, I hope I can get everything done on time. I might need to stay a little bit later tomorrow then. But I'll go in really early. I'll go in like 7 maybe. I'm too tired to do anything today. Well, tonight at least. I'm going to bed soon. And yeah, hopefully I rise up early. Hopefully it's not too hot. It's like 26, 27 degrees right now. There's no wind. I'm really hot. I'm just gonna like calm myself down and then go to sleep. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. I didn't have much of a break today, but I think it's a lot to think about, like what are the things you have to wait, you know, when you do the preparation, like which steps take up more time, so you need to optimize your timings. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully there's something more interesting tomorrow. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. Bye bye.
Hello. This is clearly not after work, but I'm going to update you on what happened on day 35. So end of week 7, on Friday. Busy day. So the day before, so day 34, I was given 60 samples to run on Raman analysis, and I was clearly behind. So I thought, okay, I wasn't sure how much time I would get to run the samples. Like, do I need to finish it on Monday or do I have more time? So when I started in the lab from 8 until 6:30, doesn't stop. Even for lunch, I just had like a quick bite, like 30 minutes. Then went for like meeting and stuff. So it was really tiring. In the morning, I weighed out so I prepared like 2 samples. I need to let them. So the thing is, if it's continuous, it shouldn't be that bad. But there are some time, like you need to, so the API is not super soluble. So I need to like wet it with one of the solvents, let it wet for a bit, basically sort of break down, disintegrate a little bit, and then only add water. And then because the solvent and the water will have I think it is endothermic reaction because it got a bit cool, which will affect the like it will cause the volumetric flux to expand, etc. So it wouldn't be as accurate. So I had to let it sit. For that, I let it sit at least an hour, because I found that around after an hour it got back to room temperature. And then I add the diluent, which is a pre-mix of the water and acetonitrile, so the actual solvent. And then after that, I need to let it spin, like on the magnetic stirrer, for 30 minutes at least. And then after that, we need to let it sit again to sort of make sure that it really dissolves, like all the APA dissolve, because we need to then make a second dilution before we can vial them up for HPLC. So that was the bit that was taking a bit of time, and hence I need to make it in like sections. I can't do just one big chunk at a time. We were going to run HPLC until like at 5:30. The guy who was doing it, he was like, "Oh no, I need to leave already. You haven't vialed it up." And just so he said, "Oh, you can just vial it up and put it in the fridge." And because I prepared the standards on Monday, so if I am going to do, if I'm going to run the samples next week Tuesday, I'll need to re-prepare another set of standards, which is fine. I kind of expected it. So I was in the lab until 10, and then I had a meeting with quite a senior staff. So she's also a pharmacist. She was. She actually started she said she always wanted to go into industry, but then she started off in community, and she did a locum, which was like super fun, because one of her locum jobs was like for 3 months in a place, and then they provided her like accommodation. It was in Cornwall, so like the beach side. Yeah, very nice. And then after that, she applied for a job. She got the job from AstraZeneca, but she decided to defer it and then start on her PhD first. And then she came and she applied again to AstraZeneca, and then she got the job again, like another different, I think, can't remember. So I think she started off with like senior scientist, was supposed to go into OPD, but then went into parental roles, yeah, various things. And then she was like moving, she was like, because she's like in late stage, and then she moved into early stage, and then can't remember, but basically she was in like different roles that covers the whole manufacturing process. And then later on she became like a project leader for one of the products that they were manufacturing. So I asked her, like, so they call it CMC. I asked her what she does, what's the role about, and basically it's to ensure that all the drugs that are in development go smoothly into clinical trials. So any manufacturing stuff, that information that needs to be relayed, she needs to do that. Yeah, so very so clearly she has like a lot more story behind it, but don't have really much notes. But I think the main takeaway from talking to her is that if you want to come into industry and you're not there yet, like before she came to industry, her only experience was working in a glass factory. So I would say don't really like worry about. When I say don't worry, like, of course they'll read about it, but it's not like the end if you haven't gotten into industry at this stage. It is hard because many people then, once they get into clinical, they just keep on progressing in the clinical routes. And of course you can still have a very long development in that area, but you can also pivot back into industry. And a good thing about being a pharmacist is that you can still practice your clinical knowledge as a locum pharmacist. So you can definitely earn like higher wages. Do it like once a week, once every fortnight, get a bit of like extra cash. Yeah, I think locum wage is like 35 or 40 pounds an hour, which is really high. So back to what happened. Yeah, so we had the talk, and then after I had a group meeting, and then we were really just discussing like which samples we should prioritize, testing on HPLC. And actually the person who was working on Raman with me, he's taking 3 days off
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I come back Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and then he'll be off again on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So he's only here with me for 4 days. We need to run the data analysis together on the days where he's here, and it is likely that because he went off for a few days that he will have stuff to catch up on. So yeah, if he prioritizes me, then it will be good, but if he doesn't, we'll see. And in the meantime, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I can run the Raman analysis, the HPLC analysis, but I also have to complete my presentation, well, start on my presentation during that time. And when he comes in, he add in the findings that he did, the analysis that he made, and I need to round it off. And then on the following week, Thursday, I will have to present my research and finish up all my writing before then. And then on Friday, I'll be checking out, going back to London. So that's a quick summary of what will happen for the next 2 weeks. But yeah, I can see myself getting busier, definitely working longer hours, but I don't think I'm going to get paid for extra. Partially my fault, I'm taking a holiday, but yeah, and my holiday hours have already been checked in, so I can say that, oh, I can replace this with my extra holiday off. So yeah, and my manager's gonna leave next Friday, so we'll see. Oh well, maybe on the last day I can go back a bit earlier, but we get back to London, still need to make sure I can get keys to get into my house. So much trouble. But yeah, I think that should be it for my Friday update. It might be a bit long, but thank you so much for watching. And this is the end of week 7. So with a very beautiful view of Lancaster Forest, this is the end of week 7. Thank you for watching Ming Daily. If you like it, please like, subscribe, and share. I do tend to kind of post these. I try to post them weekly, but busyness, applications, etc. is being a bit of a toil. So if you subscribe, you get the notification and then you can watch it. So yes, please do subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.